So hello and welcome back to Goomardy's Coins and Banknotes. And in today's banknote lot, we have banknotes that are purchased as individual sales, but with a combined postage. So how I do this is certain sellers, they every week or every 2 weeks, they put on coins or banknotes all at once. So they end all in 1 or 2 days. I put a bid on them, and whatever I win, I'll pay for. Whatever I don't win, oh well, you can always get them from somewhere else. So all these are not scarce banknotes, but a lot of them I don't have in my collection. So the first two I have are from Bolivia. So these are the part of the Peso Boliviano series, and this is the second current fiat series. So I like to differentiate the silver coins from the fiat. So fiat actually suffered from hyperinflation. Generally, when a currency is a silver, it only suffers from inflation if they put too much silver in it or too much gold. That would vary the actual value of the silver and the actual gold coins. But since Roman times, fiat coins, base metal, have always been in the circulation. And they're mainly issued just for people who are not wealthy. So that's basically how the fiat system come about. And they took gold and silver out because it's pretty much too expensive to mint those coins. And now there's probably not enough silver or gold for the population of 8 billion. So anyway, this 500 peso bolivianos costs about $5. And this is a C series. 1981. Here's this guy, Evardua. I don't know who he is, but I like his moustache and his little beard. And the mint watermark is also that guy. And on the back, we have the Porto de Fagosta. So Bolivia now is a landlocked country, so I think this is the port that Chile took over during one of their wars. So Chile cut them off from the actual ocean, and it's on the 500. I think they still claim it, but because both of them are democracies, I don't think they're going to be in any war soon. Okay, then we have the 10,000. So obviously this currency suffered from hyperinflation, and it was replaced, so I can't remember off my head, I need to look that up. Okay, so in 1986 they replaced it with the Boliviano, so the second Boliviano. So currently Bolivia has a stable currency, and it's been that way since 1986, which is comparable with some other countries in South America. And this one has, I'm not too sure who that guy is. I'll need to look him up. But when I do another video on Bolivia banknotes, I will mention who it is. And this has the Legislative Palacio Legislativo. So it's like the Parliament. So that one's also about $5 or $10. It shouldn't be too hard to get. And one thing I didn't notice, this one's been denominated. So 10,000 peso bolivianos equals 1 new centavo. So that will make it 1 million peso bolivianos equals 1 new bolivar, which means that people's currency at the time become quite worthless. Okay, next one we have is the Caribbean. So this is north of Bolivia. So this is Cayman Islands. It's a British overseas territory still. And all their banknotes have Queen Elizabeth II. Probably later on, they will have Charles the Third, or whatever his designation is. So this is issued under the Currency Law 1974. And this portrait they generally, for some countries, used in the 1960s and 70s. New Zealand used a similar one. Australia didn't use it with this crown. Looks like a tiara or something like that. Anyway, Cayman Island banknotes are actually quite expensive. So this one's probably about $10 to $20. for a $1. And on the back, we have a coral reef printed by Thomas de la Rue. The watermark should be Queen Elizabeth II. Oh no, it's a green sea turtle. And this country has the unique denomination of issuing a $40 banknote, but the actual banknotes they issue out of $1, $5, $10, $25, $50, and $100. So the earlier banknotes with the higher denominations are quite expensive. So this will be the cheapest one you can get. Okay, the next two we have are to Soviet Union, not Russian, Soviet Union, because it did include the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic, but also Ukraine and Belarus and other places. So we have the Soviet coat of arms, and this is a 1 ruble from 1938. So these are the banknotes they used during the Second World War. And this one has a soldier with a machine gun, or maybe as a pilot. And on the back, we just have the name of the currency in different languages. So Manat looks like Azerbaijani, so Turkic language. Som, also Turkic languages. So these are probably Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Burmanat. It looks like, is that Armenian? Georgian? But it doesn't have Latvian, Lithuanian, Estonian, because at the time they were not part of the Soviet Union until they were invaded in 1940. So this banknote's probably about $5 to $20. I'm not too familiar with these Soviet banknotes, but I need to look up the value. Then I have the 3 rubles, which has a Soviet soldier, and the other two denominations were the 5 and 10 rubles. Need to look up. Once again, on the back of the banknote, we have just the information in languages. So that's quite nice, and I don't have those, so they're going in the collection. Okay, the last 3 banknotes we have, I quite like this Italian banknote. So this is about $5 to $10 banknote, and it was issued in. Okay, so we have the date of the decree 1973, and this has got 1983, so this will be a 1983 banknote, probably issued to 92 or something when they issued the new series. And this banknote has Galileo, who was an astronomer. It has, I believe, so you got the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This is probably another building in Pisa. Then we have this emblem here. So that looks like the coat of arms of Venezia. We have chandeliers. I have no idea where that chandelier is. The watermark is also, it's another guy, it's not Galileo. So I'm not too sure who the watermark is. And on the back we have the constellations in the sky. And also we have the name of the constellations down below. And we have observatory, we have a satellite dish. So it'll be in the Alps of Italy. So this banknote series I actually like to collect, but they do get quite expensive for Italy. And another country it's also expensive is Austria. So here are 2 50 shillings. So the 1986 one, we had Sigmund Freud, everyone knows the psychologist is. And we have a Egyptian type of head there. So this was the last banknote that was issued for this denomination. And it had an equivalent value of about $5. So Josepharium in Wien. The Wien is just the German name for Austria. And here we have the earlier banknote 1962. So it says Richard Wettenstein, 1863 to 1931. So I don't know who that guy is. And this is also issued in Wien, Österreichische National Bank. And on the back we have the Matterhorn, so the name's up the top, which is quite a famous castle in the Alps. Another interesting feature is that we have a large serial number there, and we have a small one. So that's a security feature. And does this have a watermark? Does it? No, so it doesn't have a security thread that I can see. And the watermark. Now I don't see any watermark on this banknote, which is, considering Germany issued watermarks on their banknotes in the 1880s. No watermark on that one. Maybe that's it there, is that it? No. So only the later German banknotes have watermarks on them. So anyway, that's my latest pickup. I think I already have this banknote, but the rest I don't think I have. But let me know what you think about world banknotes. They're quite interesting. A lot of them are better than Australian banknotes, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.